Alright, so we're getting a few questions from our viewers, and a question I've received from a few viewers is, what do we do with our old bait when we return from the beach? Now, us as semi-professional fishermen, we don't actually like to use old bait again. And I would suggest you don't reuse old bait. We go through a lot of trouble to get the freshest mackerel, red eye, sardine and chokka we can, and then use that fresh bait. And generally what I do after a day's fishing is I would look at my bait, and especially my mackerel and red eye and bonito, if they are still solidly frozen, the way I wrap them in newspaper in my box, I would take them home and reuse them. But if they've started thawing out and they're a bit soft, I generally just discard them and throw in the ocean and get fresh bait for the next time I'm going fishing. It's a very expensive operation, but if you want to catch fish, it's always important to use fresh, good quality bait. But then in South Africa we go through periods where there's no bait, and you really have to look after your bait. So with the chokka being very scarce, the last thing you want to do is use a chokka, cut one small piece out of it, and then discard the old chokka. It's something that's very difficult to get hold of. So I found a way of actually preserving chokka so you can reuse it, and it's still very good and it doesn't affect your fishing. So we just come back from a little fishing trip, and I've got a chokka that I've just used a small piece of that's left. As you can see, I've cut a little piece of the chokka out, and it's still got its skin and everything on, and I don't want to throw this away. I want to preserve it. But what I've learned over the years is that if I freeze it with the skin on, it actually stains the chokka, and the white meat goes all yellowy and pinkish, and it goes a bit off. So that didn't work for me at all. And then we realized that if you actually remove all the skin and clean this piece of chokka and get it nice and white, so you've got the skin that we don't fish with anyway, pull it off, and we discard that and take all the guts and stuff out. And I take this piece of chokka, and when I'm still on the beach, I've got my bucket with a salt water in it, and you wash this piece of chokka in that salt water and take all the skin and guts off that piece of chokka. Now it doesn't sound very professional, but it really works. So you're left with this nice white piece of chokka. You've taken all the skin off, and you can take that back home and put it in a clean bag and refreeze it. So the next time you go down to the beach, you've got this nice piece of chokka that still works as well as a fresh chokka. So that's just a little tip from me. If you don't want to discard chokka, especially now when we really bet and get good quality chokka, do this, try it, and I promise you it works well. It doesn't affect the quality of it that much, and you'll go back to the beach and you'll still catch fish on this.